Like you've got any clue what it takes to be me.
Fight. Finish him. Finish him. Finish him.
Alright, I'm ready to eat crow. This mode is fucking horrible!
It's official.
Now, some of you may recall that in my Mortal Kombat 1 review video, spoiler-free, I mentioned that I thought Invasions mode was going to be the best mode in the game. The mode that was going to keep players coming back who didn't just want to fight tryhards online, and that with the Invasion chapter updates, each with their own individual stories and gimmicks, would keep the game feeling fresh for years to come, or something to that effect. Now, I didn't really want to play the game for unrelated reasons. I don't like Shao. But with the advent of the new deception-themed skin, I decided to get back into the game, and the first place I went to was Invasions mode. I'm not a pro player, I don't enjoy playing online with sweaties who just want to combo me into oblivion. I didn't really want to deal with that, so I figured the offline mode was a safe bet. And for the most part, the experience was alright. I didn't like the modifiers in MK11, but after they updated it after the first month or so, it was alright. It was at least playable. And I did complete the first Invasions mode in Mortal Kombat 1, and I didn't think it was the worst thing out there. So I figured, yeah, why not? Little did I know the horrors that awaited me. The footage I just played is evidence of what I've been dealing with for the last couple of days now. I have not been able to circumvent this boss, and from what I've heard, the best way to do it is to switch characters, use a bunch of modifiers, talismans, that kind of deal. Things I don't really want to do. It's like, I agree that in a mode like this, it should be more challenging if you're not going to use the perks that the game gives you, but it should be challenging, not impossible. Phase 3 of this boss fight starts with an obstacle course where you have to avoid these energy bullets. And for some fucking reason, one takes like almost half your HP. It's the biggest load of dog shit I've ever seen. What's really sending me up the wall though is once I finally gave up and tried to look for some of the talismans that I would need in order to circumvent this, I went through every single shop in all of the mesas and I couldn't find one thing. And the one thing I did find, a perk that makes you 50% more resistant to energy, it just didn't work. I activated it, but when I got to the thing, I took almost as much damage as I was taking before, if not the exact same amount. So what the hell was the point of wasting all that time? And on top of that, the shops rotate hourly. So I have to wait an hour just to run around all over again and see if any of the shops have any of the recommended equipment pieces that I'm going to need in order to get past this boss. I just don't want to fight Johnny Cage anymore. This boss fight is not challenging. I've kicked his ass every single time we fought, but we get to the thing with the energies, and I just die. Over and over and over again, and I'm sick of it. The worst part is when I start to get into that headspace where I just want to try the obstacle course again. I keep calling it an obstacle course, but you're just dodging projectiles, basically. So I just want to give that part another shot, and I have to fight Johnny Cage in 2 phases again just to have that chance. And on top of the fact that it takes forever to drop his health down to 0, twice over, he has that godforsaken star mode and uninterruptible specials. So he'll taunt and he'll do this shit and I can't interrupt him, so he'll build up his star meter, and as soon as it's full, he activates it and just starts spamming me with super kicks and nut punches, and I have to either try to work around it, try to chip away at him, jump, try and bait him into uppercutting me so I can kick him out of it and then start comboing him. Or I just have to hold the block button for like 10 to 15 seconds until his star mode goes away. And that's not fun. It's irritating. So, for someone like me who typically will play a game purely for a single specific character, I like Shadow the Hedgehog because you can play as Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't like having to swap characters just to complete a challenge. I don't like challenges that force you to play as a specific character. I like to buckle down, choose one character that I like, and ride or die them for the entirety of the game's lifespan and thereafter. Which sucks because I've heard the best way to deal with Johnny Cage is to pick Reiko. First off, I don't even like Reiko as a character. Much less would I ever want to play him. I have to actually like a character in order to be interested at all in playing them, which is probably another reason I'm not a pro player. I like a character, so I play them. I don't play a character and then like them after. So why the fuck do I have to jump through all these hoops just to complete this one challenge? And from what I hear, there's a time trial where you have to play as Raiden that's also excruciatingly difficult. So if I end up getting past this guy, I'm gonna have to deal with that. And it's like, what's the damn point? I'm almost ready to just quit on this entire season of Invasions and stop playing the game again until the next one rolls around. Because this is ridiculous. NetherRealm needs to get their shit together. And I've seen people talking about this on Reddit. You got the typical ride or die Redditors who will defend any of NetherRealm's decisions to the death and call you out for being low skill and unwilling to engage with the game in the way that it demands you do. And those are the kind of people who encourage this shitty behavior from any developer, especially NetherRealm. So, you know what? I hope this is what you wanted. I'm glad that you guys aren't like me and can just play whoever you need to. I'm not that way. I pick a character, I want to play as that character. I don't want to have to play other characters. I'm ride or die for Shao Kahn. That's just how it is. So to sum up whatever this is, Invasion Mode isn't god-awful. It's just really average and dull. And the requirements you need in order to really engage with it and enjoy it are too steep, if you ask me. Consumables should be there to make the task easier, not to act as your crutch. It's fucking ridiculous that you have to use these things in order to get through the challenge. So NetherRealm, get your shit together. And for you Redditors out there saying that it's just a skill issue, Fuck you.
Outstanding.